Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, sitting down to make a video that, I gotta be real, your boy was not expecting to be making when it was announced at the end of last year. But today, we are talking about the Logitech G CLOUD Gaming Handheld device. Yes, the man who runs a whole retro gaming channel is talking about a device dedicated to cloud gaming. Now, behind every video, there's always a story, a thought process, a connection, and I'm here to tell you this one right here, right now, because I think it's a really important perspective to set up the rest of the video. This is a sponsored video, and it's not something I really do all that often, and I only do it when I have two things. Number one, your complete permission. So the first thing I did was I took it to Twitter. I asked y'all, hey, would this be something you're okay with? Would you like to get my thoughts on this device? I will be earning income off of it. Keep that in mind. And the response was overwhelmingly positive, and I could not feel more thankful about that. So to those of you who got my back, thank you, because I know that type of trust is difficult to earn. So no, I appreciate it. Number two was making sure I, the person who is going to cover the device, actually like it. So when I talked to Logitech, I said, look, I need to make sure I can actually put my name behind this one. Please send it to me. So I took time to play it. How much time? Like 4 months. So I've had a lot of time to really feel this one out, see if I like the Logitech G CLOUD Gaming Handheld device. And now today, I finally feel prepared to sit down and discuss my experience with this handheld device. And today, I aim to answer whether or not this device is the Xbox handheld we have been looking for, right? We're always asking for that Xbox handheld. Has the answer been under our nose this whole time? Well, it just might be. So let's start off with the box break. You crack this bad boy open, boom, there it is. Keep that screen protector on. You want to make sure that when you connect to all your respective services that you don't smudge up the screen or anything like that. It comes with a charger. There is a gamer option, non-gamer option when you fire this thing up. Make sure to, of course, pick the gamer option because you may be pleasantly surprised as I was, because right away I saw, boom, nothing to do with Logitech, nothing to do with Google, none of that, just Xbox. Xbox, Steam Link, GeForce Now, and I went, what? Really? Just out the box? I love to see that. Overall, the handheld is comfortable to use if you're like me and you've been through the whole lineage of handheld devices because you just so much desire for that day and age to come back. I'll let you know right now, I wasn't getting any hand cramps from using this thing. Even from the get-go, there was no adjustment period is what I like to call it. The battery life, as expected with the cloud device, is fantastic. We're not running these games natively, so you could leave this device unplugged like I did for days and come back in and fire it up and continue to play games. It is awesome. So between comfort and battery life, you are well taken care of. But what you're here for beyond the box break and all that stuff, knowing what you're going to get out of it, is 100% the gaming experience. And the reason I gassed up the gamer option is because the first thing I saw was Xbox Cloud Gaming, and it sort of fit this idea I had for the video of answering that question. Is it the Xbox gaming handheld that we always wanted? And when you see that front and center, it starts to paint that picture in your head. Now, I've never been 100% crazy about cloud gaming. It's just, again, something that goes against my personal beliefs, if you will. Again, I run this retro gaming channel, so it's really tough for me to stomach the idea of all digital, all online video games. Again, why I wanted to take 4 months to really put my time into this and see if I truly liked it. You see, of course, we all know now Xbox Cloud Gaming is the backbone for Xbox. And I have tested Xbox Cloud Gaming on multiple devices, my phone, tablet, PC, to mixed results, depending on here in my office where I have Fios internet to my home internet where it's not nearly as good. It's, again, been a very spotty experience. And to my surprise, the Logitech G CLOUD Gaming Handheld device has been the best cloud gaming experience I have had yet. I was truly impressed by this because I feel like I did put it through the ringer. I really put some specific games into the mix that I thought would struggle with cloud gaming. You know, I've played various turn-based games on the cloud, and of course that's going to work. You know, you have time to comb through the menus. There is an action gameplay. So what did I play? These were games like Halo Infinite, Psychonauts 2, The Legend of Tian Ding, you may notice that's a very specific bunch among many others I'll talk about in this video. That's because Halo's an action-packed first-person shooter. You got a 3D platformer which demands precision, and then you have a Metroidvania-style game where you gotta be as pixel perfect, I feel, as ever to really have a good experience with those types of games. And I came back impressed each and every single time when I was playing these games. I didn't notice compensation on the visuals. I didn't have nearly any lag compared to my past experiences on other devices. Sponsor or no sponsor, before this deal was even signed, y'all heard me raving about it on Defining Duke. Like, I was impressed with the cloud gaming experience here. I really did start to slowly feel my soul leaving my body as I began to believe. In all seriousness, it opened my eyes to the potential and shifted my perspective ever so slightly, because when I looked at cloud gaming, I'm like, no, you can't replace what I love. But I don't think that's the goal of this device. I think the goal of it is to be a companion device, a luxury companion device to your Xbox in this case. So it's not going to outright replace the Xbox, but it will be something that you can use alongside it and get some good use out of it. How did I do so? Well, beyond cloud gaming, for example, here at the office, sometimes it's as simple as firing up remote play. I review a ton of games. I'm posted up in this chair here like 24/7. So I need my exercise, and sometimes I just want to lay in bed and play games. Being able to, for example, review some games like I did it for Dead Space Remake, I did it for Pentiment, and being able to fire up a game on my Logitech G CLOUD Gaming Handheld and just lay in bed and do my work in the same time. It feels like I'm cheating at life, honestly, but I do appreciate it. Now, for all of you out there who don't do this for a living, it's still great to have that remote play option. When I was watching football, it was nice to just fire up some Power Wash Simulator and have a good time doing that in this kind of mindless yet fun game while some of the playoff football was going on. It was a really, really nice time, and I loved remote play. I always have. That's been my best experience, but to have a device dedicated to that matters to someone like me. That's why I said luxury companion device, because you could use your phone, you could use your tablet, but for me, my personal rationale and why I don't use those is they're communication devices. I don't feel comfortable using them. I don't want to drain the battery for them in the case of an emergency even. I want to make sure they're ready and good to go for what they're designed for in my eyes. And so for me, having a dedicated handheld cloud gaming device is actually really nice. But you'll notice throughout this whole video, it was action games on Xbox Cloud Gaming. I did Minecraft Dungeons and I was running around in that, and the button presses were very responsive. This was nice to see. It wasn't like I went click and then a second later I saw the attack. It felt very much in real time. And I think this was an eye-opener to me on when you have a device that has Xbox Cloud Gaming built in mind alongside it versus when it's integrated after the fact. There is a tremendous difference that you can only tell when you play it and feel for yourself versus other devices. And I feel like I have pretty good authority on that one. Am I a tech wizard? No, I think I've proven many times in the past to all of you, like when I talked about ray tracing one time, clearly I'm not. But what I can tell you is based off of feel factor and testing multiple systems, multiple devices, is I found Xbox Cloud Gaming to be the best right here. I really did enjoy it. I felt like I was sacrificing nothing on visuals, nothing on gameplay. You know, the fact that I was playing Halo Infinite's campaign and running around the semi-open world was just crazy to me, that I was like, this is the last game I'd want to play in cloud gaming. I just wouldn't want to do this, especially in like a multiplayer environment as well, but you could even do that as well to great success. The Legend of Tian Ding was another standout for me because that game's pretty combo heavy, and especially with Metroidvania games, there's a lot of traversing the environment, there's traps you must avoid, and so that's where you got to be precise again, and I came back with good results there. Just across the board, it worked for me. That's really all I can say. Consistently over these 4 months, I was waiting for that moment. Like, I was genuinely looking for it because I know sometimes how people view sponsored content, but I was waiting for that moment where I could just ship the device back to Logitech and be like, here, it's all yours, rip up the contract, like I'm not interested, because, you know, I do these things not because I have to, but because I want to. Fortunately, through your support, I have the option to do that. And so I was just waiting for that moment. I could be like, all right, yeah, it's fine. Like, cool device, but no, not for me, not for my audience. But at a certain point, I was thinking to myself, I'm kind of just being stubborn here because I do genuinely like this. I do believe in it. You know, what else is necessary now? Like, you know, it works for me. And it's not just in the Xbox realm. It's also PC gaming that you can keep an eye on here with your Logitech G CLOUD Gaming Handheld device. For example, there's Steam Link, but the one that I messed around with was GeForce Now. I had a more vested interest in that because really I'd say the major competitor is GeForce Now. They have a great library. And so what I did was I fired up my 2022 Game of the Year, A Plague Tale Requiem, and I thought, all right, let's put this graphical powerhouse with intense gameplay moments through the Logitech test and see if it passes. And again, no latency, great feedback, great experience. I will say that the load times on Xbox Cloud Gaming were much quicker, but I think that's more so due to the cloud infrastructure and less to do with the device, which is just hosting these services. But it worked, and it worked great. So with that, plus the comfort, plus the battery life, I mean, it was just clicking on all cylinders for me. And plus, it did help me with my job a little bit, making it more enjoyable. I just fired up the gameplay recording on the PC, cozied on up in bed, and I went, all right, let's play. I talked a bit about button responsiveness in the terms of gameplay, but I should also highlight, because I think this is really important for handheld, when sometimes the press is soft and not clicky, it doesn't feel good to play. If you've played handhelds growing up, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like this, you hear that? Pretty good. Like it's responsive across the board. The triggers are good, which was a good test for me in Halo. That was especially one thing I was concerned about. Like, are these triggers too soft? Didn't have any issues with those. So overall, well-made device, but that's pretty much it. My general takeaway here is this is a luxury companion device, not 100,000% necessary to have in your collection, but it is something you could have as an accomplice to your Xbox. And you could find a lot more enjoyment in it if you have those spare funds, because it does help my gaming setup quite a bit. Like, my experience, it only enhanced it and has really taken over my handheld gaming time, quite frankly. So I was impressed, and a shout out again to all of you for allowing me to do this. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to Logitech for proving me wrong. I hate to say that. Like, I'm always right, right? No, but I really do think this device is awesome, and it did show me the potential truly of cloud gaming if it works alongside my beloved physical media and doesn't take it over. But we'll see in due time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got to say about the Logitech G CLOUD Gaming Handheld device. I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Thank you again for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.